Hello, this is Sonja with Real Talk Radio here with a new series that I was inspired to start. And I'm calling it Real Talk from the Heart with Sonja. And so they're going to be just different topics that I had on my heart to kind of explore and share with you. And this first one is setting boundaries in love. And this is part 1. And so I was thinking about what does it take for us to set boundaries in love, because I think that can be a challenge for us at times. And sometimes if we're a caregiver especially, we can become tired, stressed, or burned out when we are having trouble setting boundaries. But I think this can happen really in any relationship, even in friendships. I think we probably can all relate to different situations where we might have struggled there. And so there are actually, and this might be surprising, but there are examples in the Bible of Jesus needing to set boundaries and actually practicing personal soul care. And, so if we look at him as a model, he, I believe, was walking in grace in relationship to others. And this is how I believe he was able to stay joyful and relaxed and really generous with people when he had more, stress, pressure, and responsibility than any of us can probably even imagine. And so I think, that's something I'm going to be covering. Probably won't get to that, how some examples of how Jesus set boundaries and had soul care, actually, how he did the soul care. But I'm just going to really cover in this one the idea that it's really important for us to even begin to understand what our own boundaries are and how important they are in our relationship with the Lord, and letting God help us understand who we are, really. And so if we think of boundaries, I think part of how we can discover our identity is, we can ask some questions. What do I value? What am I good at? What do I believe? What are my needs? How do I feel? So boundaries, the answer to those questions, I believe, can really help us define who we are. And sometimes, the answer might be, I'm not those things. I'm not this, I'm not that. And that helps to define us as well. So when we get to that point, though, where we start to feel like we have a better sense of our own identity, who the Lord made us to be, and we get more secure in the knowledge that we are loved, which I believe, as I've mentioned many times, that would come from our relationship with the Lord. But as we get more secure in that, and we get a better sense of who we are, that, we're going to find that we have a much better foundation to relate with others, to participate in activities, with others. And again, the better our boundaries and our self-awareness and self-definition are, I also believe our capacity then to offer empathy and love is greater as well. So good boundaries just help us care for others because, again, we're coming from a more stable foundation, that we have established within ourselves. And so we aren't maybe coming from a place of insecurity or even blind spots in relationships. So I think my time is wrapping up here, but I look forward to coming back with part 2 of setting boundaries in love in this series. And so thank you so much for joining me. And again, I look forward to being back with you again with part 2.